Wow, here we are.
Yes, here we are. And
Mm-hmm.
it is uh, Taking the Journey Together, the 2026 version.
2026. We are here
Yes, we are.
for
Once again,
2026. Wow, another year. And already there have been so many things happening this year. Whew,
yes,
especially politically. Things are just like hopping and popping, and we don't know how much it's been what? Dropping.
yes.
Yeah.
Or if there's going to be any stopping.
Exactly. Let's see. Sure. Audio's going. I'm trying to listen to us on the usual thing, which is on the show. So go ahead
Okay.
and do your thing. I'll tell you in a minute.
All right. Well, we just want to say welcome, first of all, and hopefully you enjoyed the recaps or the um, repeats of two of our shows while we were enjoying a little break from what was going on. And
Mm,
basically, what was going on was the holiday season. We took the opportunity to take a break and get some other things done and do some other things in the community as far as community give backs and whatnot. So we had a good holiday season. Hope you had one as well. We're glad that you're with us and that things are going on moving forward. And hopefully 2026 has started in the most positive way possible. Before we move on, I am going to read our belief statement, which
mm-hmm.
is one of those things that we do every week. Our belief statement is this: we are going to relate. It doesn't matter what your mother says, your father says, your children say, or even what Jesus says. We are going to relate. We get the idea that we can be friends, but we can't be lovers, or we can be lovers, but we can't be friends. Therefore, we decide that we can marry our lovers, but not our friends. At taking the journey together, we feel the need to relate in a balanced way. When we say balanced, what we mean is we believe that your best friend can be your best lover. We mean for you to take the friendship and sharing on one side and the lover and sexual compatibility on the other side, then work together towards creating a thriving relationship or what we call healthy relationships.
Mm-hmm.
And understanding that the foundation is the friendship part. As I told someone the other day who is looking to start a new relationship, as a matter of fact, she's uh, excited because she has a new boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
I brought to her attention that she should remember that the most important part of a boyfriend and girlfriend relationship is the friend relationship,
Mm-hmm.
getting to know one another, getting to understand one another, and relating on that level. And that needs to be cultivated completely before any other part of the relationship is considered.
Exactly. Exactly. I'm having a hard time getting this over to our usual place where people can see it, which has really got me upset from that end. But it's one of those things where things happen the way they happen. But hey, we're
Yes,
glad to see that we're someplace being watched. That's a good thing. I don't know
yes.
why this is not doing what it's supposed to do. I can see when it says watch live, it comes on watch live,
Hmm.
but I can't seem to find the link that takes you there. I can see what it says copy event link, but let's see what happens here. I thought it did before.
Okay.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Still doing the same thing it did before. Mm.
And we are definitely uh, continuing to do what um, has to be done. As we
Mm-hmm.
see you doing the engineering part, or
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it's called, but yeah, that part. And we just want to mention Hot 2100 Savannah. That it's good station, and thank you, Hot 2100 Savannah, for us being a part of what goes on
Mm-hmm.
and being part of this show. As we continue, yes, I am doing a lot of kind of carrying forward,
Mm.
um,
Well, that
waiting,
is really.
waiting to see how things go. But
You can
wanted
also,
to,
if you want,
yes,
start talking on the show. Because one of the things that we're
yeah,
trying to check this 2002, 26 years, how many people are actually watching, how many people are being helped. We really were looking forward to when we left last year to get that hour long talk that we were going to have you personally reach out to us
yes,
and talk to you more about what's going on, or what's going on in your life. Is what we're doing. Probably because of holidays, but we did not get anyone that gave us a call.
yes,
And this year, it is very important for us to know that we are being effective, that we at the same time are being used, not abused, but used, and that is actually touching people who need to be touched
yes.
and want to be touched. And we think that is very, very important, right?
It absolutely is. We do this with the intention of uplifting relationships.
Mm-hmm.
And in order to do that, because this is really, it's very personal, but at the same time, without any feedback, it becomes very impersonal. And so we're looking for that feedback. We're
Mm-hmm.
looking for those words of, yes, this has been beneficial to me, and this is one of the ways in which we have used the information. Where, this is one of the ways in which the information that you gave us has helped our relationship. And it doesn't have to mean that, it was in the dregs of what was going on. It could be that it
Mm-hmm.
just strengthened what was already strong.
Mm-hmm.
Because no matter how strong your relationship is, it can always use some tightening up and some uplift and some more closeness.
Well, I finally got it on so people who go to taking the journey on the internet, they should be able to see it. I think I just
Okay.
erased it. Move on through again. Yep, there it goes. They should be able to see it now. For some reason, the other link was not allowing them to be able to see the show.
Mhm.
But there's a link up there now that they can see it if they want to, and it's on because I'm actually listening to it. I don't know why it's not being listened to on our usual way. That usually people go through and see it on
Mhm.
taking the journey together actual page itself, even though it says it's live. There's a lot of hoops you got to jump through. But as I said, we want to make sure the hoops that we jump through with the research that we do, with the content that we put together, is something that's really touching you, something really moving you. We don't want it so that it wastes your time or wastes our time.
Right.
And then, especially in times like this, people being shot and killed. Government seems like it's going crazy. A lot of people in turn are under stress. We know relationships are out there being stressed. But if this in turn is not doing you any good, it's not even touching you, we just understand that it's a good sign for us to move on. We know we left what we left. And we believe there was all good from that end. But we strongly know that 2026, we have to use our intuition to be able to move forward, a gut
Yes.
level feeling. It can't be about your ego. It can't be about your job. It can't be how much money you make. It's got to be if this is something the spirit, the God, a God, or you are feeling it is right to be able to do. And when you're going over the media, no doubt about it, you want to make sure you're touching people. You need that feedback to know that they're being moved, that they're being touched, and that the information that you're giving, if it's inspiring, is really moving their heart, moving their relationship. That's very, very important. We got too many people who are wasting time building everything on their pride, building everything on their ego, and they may have a lot of fans that check off on their Facebook. They may have a lot of fans that check off on their TikTok, but they have nothing that really gives, personally touches them in the inside. They still, in turn, are not changed or moved anybody. That they did is mostly is empty and moves more towards more material things I can get. And we know right now the way things are going. Material stuff you have, or even what you look on the outside, you could be next. The hammer could fall in your life. And what are you going to do then? the best thing to do is make sure that you have that intuition inside, that information that comes to build your intuition, especially in relationships. So you know what relationships to get in, what relationships not to get in, what relationships you need to work on, and what relationships you may need to move out of. That's very important. And that's what Taking the Journey is really all about. In fact, our particular topic today is dinner with a blessing, right?
Yeah.
Why favor must flow through your relationship. Yeah, that's right. We're talking about favor. Some people will call it the power of what?
Attraction.
Attraction. Yes. What kind of power or attraction are you getting in life? Especially in your relationship. We're going to talk a little bit about it because some of us are in a relationship and there is no attraction we get with one another. We are like two separate people in the same bed, two separate people in the same house, and we're not really attracted to one another at all. But we're going to talk about something else, how attraction can deal with us that's outside of the relationship and how much we don't necessarily come back and do things the way that we should in our own relationship. So let's get that started.
Okay. The purpose of tonight's show is to expose why many Black relationships stagnate despite the presence of love, and how shared favor creates real prosperity as an us, not just a me.
And I would say it's not just Black relationships, it's relationships with Asian and Americans and Hispanic. We're talking about relationships itself when it comes to the power of what again?
Us.
Or the
Attraction.
power of attraction. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, you're good. So we're going to start with the first thing that you do when you get ready to have dinner, and that is setting the table. Some relationships eat together.
Look what David Banner said. Thank you, David. He said, keep up the good work. Y'all should be nationally televised. Funnier than the Breakfast Club. Wow. I mean, I think he's meant further than the Breakfast Club. Because I know we ain't talking about stuff that's funny. Anyway, thank you, David. We know what you meant.
Yes.
Nayland, I love your show. There's somebody else. Thank you for the love. We really appreciate the love. We definitely need that. Share it with my friends. Thank you very much. Angela Ava, she shares it with her friends. She says she's tuning in and watching. And then who else we have? James Smith. I've never heard him before. Everyone should be watching this show. Thank you very much. That has us feeling good for 2026 as we start moving forward and knowing that this year is the time to save the best. Save those things that have been a blessing for you. Save that's been in your relationship. We are going to have to save this year and not look at spending. And we're not talking about spending money-wise. We're talking about we can't be spending our energy because your energy is your value. Your energy, who you are, what you think, what you feel, that is your value. So you're going to look at saving your energy, saving who you are, and making sure that you connect with people that only are going to help expand, build, be a partner, and in turn can help you balance things in relationship. That's what's going to be needed this year. You can see it as it comes. Go ahead. I'm sorry, sir.
No problem, because that's definitely needed to be said. So I'm going to back up a little bit and start again with setting the table. We need to take into consideration that some relationships eat together, some relationships pray together, but very few relationships are fed together.
Oh, we're going to talk about that energy part that has to be fed together. Go right ahead. I'm going to let you go ahead and lead us through this technical stuff.
Tonight's conversation is about why favor stops at the individual and what happens when it does. And here's some questions that we need to look at. And the main one is, why do so many relationships survive but not prosper?
But don't
Why
prosper.
do so many relationships survive but don't prosper?
And it's not because of cheating. It's not because of the lack of love. And it's not because blessing is not what? Circulated. Yeah.
Well, that's the reason. Blessing is not circulated.
Yeah. Thank you very much. I said that wrong. Thank you very much. Go right ahead.
So now what we need to look at is what we often do wrong.
Mm-hmm.
We celebrate personal wins quietly at home, but loudly with others.
Mm-hmm.
How often do we, come home and say, "Oh, I got a promotion today. It's no big deal."
Mm-hmm.
But at your job, when you get that promotion, everybody claps and everybody yells and screams and makes you feel all good and great. But you come home and it's like, it's no big deal.
Yeah, yeah. You find sometimes your mate might be more submissive, might be more caring, might be more connective in doing whatever is necessary at that job for that promotion, or just the very environment has made them feel favorable. Sometimes it's because they may have what we used to call that work husband or that work wife at that job, and they're acting and being more married like with that work husband and that work wife at job than they are when they come home. And so they basically have what they got favors at work and treat it like it's their private reward.
Right.
And they bring none of that love, none of that energy home, and are waiting to go to job every day just to get that. Isn't there something?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
I-
And then they wonder why the relationship is not
Right.
what?
Thriving.
Not thriving? Go ahead.
Yes, yes, yes. We get favored work and treat it like our private reward.
Mm-hmm.
We don't think to ask, how does this bless my partner?
Yes. Yeah. Well, it's like, hey, my work husband, my work wife, I know she likes me. I know he loves me, and he'll go out of his way for me. I'll tell him or her any and everything I feel, and therefore, why would I think about that when it comes to connecting relationship?
Mhm.
Sadly, many times it's because of the fact that they have grown up with that concept and idea that when it comes to my relationship at home, I'm not really trying to be no friend with him anyway.
Yes.
I'm not trying to connect with them like that. I find myself to be more easy to find friends and connect with people at my job.
Right. And the other side to that is
Mm-hmm.
when you come home with
Mhm.
that thrill, joy, and excitement, or
Mhm.
when one partner comes home with that thrill, joy, and excitement of the reward from work or whatever, and they
Mhm.
share it with their partner, the other partner needs to be reciprocal with that joy.
Yes, yes. We were taught independence for survival,
Hmm.
but never taught interdependence for prosperity. And, we've been preaching from the beginning. I'll say it again. We've been preaching from the beginning that taking the journey together, a healthy, balanced relationship is built on interdependence.
Yes.
Not
Not independence.
interdependence. Thank you. I can't even say it because I don't like it even in my house.
Yes.
Interdependence and intradependence. And yet there are still many relationships out there. That's how they're operating.
Right.
Just like that. Two individual people who are separate in a relationship,
Mhm.
both have their own separate blessings that they're getting, and they're not even sharing in the relationships
Exactly.
at all.
They
And
have
figure that's not what you need to be or should be doing in the first
Right.
place.
They have separate jobs that they don't talk
Mhm.
about. They have separate bank accounts
Yeah.
that they don't talk about.
Mhm.
They have separate bills that they are responsible for. They have separate cars, separate everything. And once in a while, they find themselves in a car together or in the same place together. But that's not the norm.
How about in our situation? They have separate families that don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
That even happens many
Yes,
times.
it does.
Yeah, one family loves that other family, that particular member, like that mom more, or like that particular dad more. In turn, it may not be the same family that is your blood family.
Right.
That family that could be your blood family might like your wife better than you, and will go out of the
That's-
way to do more for your wife than you, and leave you to the side. What a way to go!
Exactly.
Really, that's not going to keep. And you wonder why your relationship's not getting along. You wonder why you two are not connecting whatsoever.
Right.
A woman recently lost her husband. Let's give that
Yeah,
example.
okay.
What you talk
All
about?
right. Here's a story
Mhm.
about
How this came about?
yes.
That's exactly.
It's called the SUV, the widow, and the timing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and this is a true example.
Mm-hmm.
True example. A woman recently lost her husband. His SUV, known to us for years, still held his tools in memory. On the very day we arrived, she has finally cleaned out his SUV. She had just received a grace-based financial blessing,
Mm-hmm.
a check
No pressure.
with
Just
no
gave it
pressure to
her.
pay it back.
Get this car.
Because she was blessed without fear,
Mm-hmm.
she could bless without fear. Let me say that again. Because she was blessed without fear, she was able to bless without fear.
The key teaching here is blessing that arrives gently leaves gently. Where this particular miss in her relationship, where let me see, why don't you say it again because I missed it on notes.
Where we miss this in relationships, many Black couples and many couples in general
Mm-hmm.
receive grace from others, experience generosity,
Mm-hmm.
encounter open doors,
Yes.
but don't pass that openness into the relationship.
They will hold it,
Mhm.
protect it, and what? Ration it out. Like throwing crumbs to you in your relationship. I know some of you are in a relationship right now. You feel like your partner's got something secret going on, and it may not be no infidelity, but it may be that they got that church mom, that pastor, they got a brother or a sister, a friend that just loves them to death, and you feel like you're all alone whenever you're around them.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about your mate, because your mate
Yes.
never passes no love to you. None of that favoritism they
Mhm.
get, they never pass nothing to you. So trauma, that's what comes out of it.
Yes.
Not partnership logic. You get trauma logic out of that.
Mhm.
That 1 + 1 don't equal 2. And we know that when it comes to the power relationship, 1 + 1 in synchronicity can equal 3, 4, and 5. Why?
Mhm.
Because you can do more with somebody else than what you can do
Yes.
by yourself.
And truly, in a thriving relationship,
Mhm.
1 + 1 should equal 1.
Oh, I like it that way. That's not too bad. That one. And what you can do with that one is you can do much, much more.
Mhm. Yes.
Okay, let's move on to our next one.
That's
Still doing segments this year.
yes.
Mhm.
Favor hurting versus favor circulation.
Mm-hmm.
What we often do wrong.
What is that we have to do wrong?
That's my connect.
Mm-hmm.
That's my family. That's my opportunity. I'll tell you later once it's secure. It's always a my. It's
exactly.
It's not, this is somebody I connected with and I want to connect you.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm. It's my business.
this is the family I grew up with, but we need
Mhm.
to make it our family. You know, this is an opportunity that I was given, but this is an opportunity that we both can
Mhm.
thrive from, can grow from.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about how we can grow from it.
Mm-hmm. This creates parallel lives, not partnerships. I say again, it builds parallel lives. And many people in the relationships, this is why we teach taking the journeys about a healthy relationship. You are operating in a parallel life. You're not really partners.
Right.
You're really not connected. Two people walking together, but eating from separate harvests. I know that there's a biblical kind of thing comes to me. I don't know why it does, which is how can two people walk together unless they agree?
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
biblical thing I heard from sometime. Maybe I listened one time.
You put it in the deep
church.
freeze.
I did. What we should do instead, the best way is what?
Ask, how does this benefit us?
Mm-hmm.
Introduce your partner into your favor when appropriate.
Yes.
Let your partner feel the safety of shared access.
A lot of you men out there, you're not feeling too comfortable protecting your wife, protecting your girlfriend, protecting your partner because you ain't sharing what you know you have that you've been taking advantage of, and you're not bringing it home to protect it. Many of us, many times in the past, including me, I'm not the only one, we didn't even protect our own kids.
Right.
And yet that was part of responsibility, being a man, to protect our children.
Mhm.
And we figured, hey, I got it. I worked hard. It's something that's for myself. I got my money. You don't want to share it
Yes.
at all.
And then we don't understand why our children are bitter.
Yes. Why they hate us. They want to talk to us. It's terrible.
Yes.
Let your partner feel what?
I'm sorry.
Let your partner feel the safety of
Of
what?
shared access.
Mhm. Introduce your partner into favor when
Mhm.
appropriate.
Yes.
Yes. Make that
Yes.
part of your modus operandi. And they say, that's what I said. Yeah, really, it should be your motive.
Yes.
You know, I don't care if you're surprising her
Yes.
or him. Make that part of your lifestyle.
Mhm.
In a balanced, healthy relationship, that's what you want to be about
Yeah.
doing.
A relationship is not weakened by sharing favor. It is
Mhm.
weakened by excluding it.
Ooh, say that again.
A relationship is not weakened by sharing favor. It is weakened by excluding it.
Yeah. Many of us know we've grown up with the idea that when it comes to sharing, I only do that with my true, real friends. But yet we've entered into a relationship, not from a taking the journey or a balanced, healthy relationship. And therefore, in turn, we figure when it comes to that, I ain't sharing that with her.
Yeah.
I've heard many times with many relationships that I've sit down and observed and listened and just heard it and could feel the energy that it was not being shared whatsoever. In fact, many times they were competing with their energies,
Right.
competing with their friends,
Mhm.
competing with something that I'm
Yes.
going to get before
Yes.
you get it in a relationship.
Exactly. And jealousy is one of those negatives.
Yeah.
You know, jealous of the attention, jealous of the finances, jealous of the promotion, jealous of the success.
Mm-hmm.
And that also creates a barrier,
Yes.
a cavern, a space between you when that's there. Because as long as jealousy is present, togetherness is not.
Yeah. Gonna have to save that, folks. You're going to have to let that go and save this year where all those things that the Spirit of God blesses you, you have to be prepared to share it. We got no time to try to be doing things on our own and figure we're going to make it. Community, unity starts with our relationship. Is
Yes.
what we're going to need. How tough of things are out there right now. And I don't think it's going to get any better, but it can be when we unite together and we share together, starting in your own home between the relationships you have. What you think?
I absolutely
I believe
agree
it.
with that.
I believe it. So we're going to move on to where we need to go. What's
A
that?
break.
A break?
Yes.
Okay.
It's just about break time, so we probably shouldn't start another one, I'm guessing. What do you think?
No, we shouldn't. It's break time. So let's put on or what do we call it? A break.
Mhm.
Yeah.
A message.
Yeah, a message. We'll be right back. Hold on.
Hello, world. We're here, serving Savannah, Atlanta, Jacksonville, Brooklyn, Houston, Philadelphia, Los Angeles, and the world. The best music all the time. The greatest songs ever made, every time. Tune in to Hot 2100 Savannah and get a taste for your ears. Hot 2100 Savannah, serving Savannah and the world.
When it comes to the city, I'm the key. Gotta go to court in the morning for a plea. What you gotta pay to get, I hit that for free. And when I'm in the streets, yeah, I gotta tote that heat. It's hard for you to touch it, cause I stay up out of reach. Talking about ends dirty, I'ma make 'em meet. I've been down too long, I'd be damn if I don't eat. If you want someone to try, I'd be damn if it's me. I see why you mad, you ain't swaggin' like this.
Hey there! Are you ready to amplify your voice and embrace your passion? Tune in to Our Black Media Network, where community comes first and every story matters. We're here 24/7, delivering powerful content on everything from financial literacy to the latest in sports and mental health. We are unapologetically real, reflecting the heartbeat of our community with programs that inspire, empower, and drive change. Join us on all major media platforms to celebrate our unique voices and advocate for the change we want to see. With over 50K monthly viewers, our network is your go-to destination for authentic, engaging content. Be a part of the movement. Be a part of the change. Tune in to Our Black Media Network today and let your voice be heard.
All right, we are back. We are back because actually, to tell you the truth, in our relationship, we ain't going nowhere.
No.
We're going to keep on working on it and make this happen. We come too far to turn back.
And
now.
too many people are just on the cusp of having a breakthrough.
Yeah. I like that. You know, I think the same thing we got to think about when it comes to how we are in turn dealing with all the pressure that's going on in society, especially in America, Sunday 2026. We have came too far to turn back or be pushed out or to be, how can I say it, beat out because of the fact that we've come too far. We got too many ancestors that we're standing on that's got us to where we are right now. So we got to move forward and keep moving forward, but make sure we move forward in love. First of all, starting in our relationships. Right?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Hey, what's our topic now? What is our segment now called?
Why love alone isn't enough.
Why love alone? Why is not love alone not enough?
There's some hard truths for our community.
Mm-hmm.
Starting with the fact that we were raised to be strong alone,
Mm-hmm.
to hustle alone,
Mm-hmm.
to carry burdens silently. And I need to pause here for just a minute
Mm-hmm.
and say, especially women, females or women in our community have been taught, don't complain, just carry it.
Mm-hmm.
You'll be blessed later.
Mm-hmm.
But the truth of it is, if you're working together,
Mm-hmm.
you need to share it and you'll be blessed together,
Mm-hmm.
probably sooner rather than later.
Yes, yes. Especially if you have a mate who's on the same page, moving
Yes.
on the same page, and understands that power of unity
Yes.
will move you forward. In times of like this, we've got to do that. We
Yes.
can't think that it's a period of luxury and privilege for us. It is not
No.
of luxury. I don't know who out there is feeling that way, in a way as for trying to just do this by themselves.
Mhm.
And I don't need nobody else. That ain't work. Even those in that guy who speaks that, he still makes sure all of his minions and binions are still bowing to him
Yes.
to in turn or her to keep them supported. So they
Mhm.
understand that type of dynamic. How much more should we not be that in
Yes.
our relationships now?
Yes.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So even in relationships,
Mm-hmm.
so what was I saying?
You're going to say that's my connected. That's my family. That's
No,
my
no,
opportunity.
that's not it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's where we're on.
No, it isn't.
Well, if that's the hard truth. For
It
our
is
community.
definitely a true, a
Okay.
hard
So
truth.
anyway,
Yes.
we were raised to what? Be
Yeah,
strong. You
mhm.
said hustle
Yes.
alone.
Yes.
That
Carry
is still
burdens
going on
silently.
right now.
Yes. So even in relationships,
Mhm.
we protect resources instead of pooling.
Yeah, we
It's
do
like-
too much.
It's like my money,
Mhm.
not our money.
Mhm.
My
I'm gonna get them before they get me.
yeah,
That's
my
how they play it.
refund. Even in the ridiculousness of the IRS,
Mhm.
separate tax returns.
Mhm.
You know, I'll get more if we don't file together. But you still need to be together.
Not protecting the resources. Instead
Mhm.
of pulling, we protect our resources. Okay, being
Yes,
stingy.
exactly.
Instead of pulling them together.
Yes.
We need to move forward. We move forward. Excuse me, not we need to, but we
Mhm.
move forward as individuals.
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
We call it what?
Independence.
When
When
it's-
in actuality, it's disconnection.
Right now, this
Yes.
push thing that's still going on
Yeah.
right now. Even with those who claim they're woke and spiritual, they are pushing that idea of independence. But their independence is not about interdependence. Their independence is all about just me. And it's usually based on
Mhm.
false bravado.
Yes.
It has no depth to it whatsoever, where
Right.
they're trying to check to see who they're on the inside
Mhm.
so that they love that they have, or they can find out about them inside. Then with that love, that universal love, that
Mm-hmm.
love that in turn got us to where we at, where our ancestors in turn took, laid down their own life when
Yes.
it came to that.
Exactly.
That love will turn from the inside and reach out to others and share.
Mhm.
First of all, with your mate, that's what
Yes.
this is all about. You're
Right.
gonna want to share that love with your mate instead
Because
of keep it to yourself.
it's got to start there. It's got to start where it's
Mhm.
closest. And the other thing that we don't realize is that
Mhm.
that example of sharing with your partner
Mm-hmm.
trickles down to the understanding of sharing with your children, so that
Yeah.
your children will grow up and they will already have that instilled in them.
Exactly.
So we do it from generation to generation, but the first generation should be and must be the example.
Yeah. Sometimes it's very uncomfortable when that particular family was so close to the mom because the mom was hurt before and she seems to be very fragile to it, hasn't necessarily got over it, and their family is so protecting, kids are so protecting of her that they do not want to let her go. They do not want her to connect with a new man or a new husband in her life. And what happens is that individuality of my mom should never be with somebody else but that first dad that I had, or vice versa, means that I don't want my mom shared. And many times that mom in turn, who feels that same kind of protection that she had because of the fact that's how she made it through that bad first relationship, made it hard for her to release her hold of those particular children. Said, hey, I'm on my own. I'm healed now. I have a right to be able to love this new man, this new particular person, and in turn have the ability to be able to share the love, share the care that she has and did for the children, and pass it on to what? Her new man that's in her life.
Right. Absolutely. And and wow, some of the stories that I have heard, for example, I heard a story of a husband who is no longer with his wife, who shares everything with his daughter, but not his new wife. And that's convoluted.
Yes.
When you choose a partner, you need to understand that that partner is first, especially if they're in the same house. And that's difficult.
You can't make us taking the journey, all those principles that we're talking about, interconnection can't exist if you're acting that way. Love keeps you together with that basis foundation of friendship. Shared favor makes you grow. If one person keeps advancing while the other person is adjusting because they're not getting that kind of prosperity, that kind of care, that kind of love, that kind of favoritism passed on, then the relationship is tilted. And you could see times in a relationship where one person said, "Oh, I like her in that relationship, but I don't like him."
Or vice versa.
Or vice versa. And they do that many times because the relationship is not really sharing with one another. And one is getting and taking more favoritism from the particular public and allowing the public to put down or send that negativity to that other person in the relationship. And it does not very well for them. Many times when they're out of the public eye, they argue with one another. Why'd you say that to that person? Why'd you let them say that to you? And in turn, you never say that to me. And that can break a relationship down and keep it tilt and not in as it should be, that balance together, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
No doubt about it.
And that's one of the things that we need to really pay attention to is what are we doing to our partners? And then quite often we think, oh, I'm treating my partner just right. I'm treating, him or her how I should. I'm being kind. I'm being this. I'm being that. But if you don't ask them, you don't know. Sometimes you think you're doing everything just right, but they're feeling like they're missing something.
Exactly. So what happens?
So
that tilt turns to what?
Resentment.
It turns to what?
Silence.
And then it turns to what?
Emotional
distance.
Yeah.
And many of us know we're in a relationship where we know we're smiling in front of the public. We might even smile at home, but we know we are inside. Our heart just don't feel that connection anymore. We have emotional distance with one another.
Yes.
Might be cussing each other out in our sleep. Who knows?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, we're in our way.
We're in our way too. Yeah. All right. Let's go to our next segment.
The spiritual. If you said this, I think we need to repeat it. I didn't hear you say it, and I want to make sure other people hear this. Love keeps you together. Shared favor makes you grow.
I might have did, but I don't care. I think it should be said from the mountaintop. It should be something that we turn, need to say all the time, because it's a missing piece in a lot of relations,
Absolutely.
especially as Black folks. What has happened to us
Yeah.
because of slavery? We just don't understand dynamically that our younger folks who are operating in nothing but what? Situationship. I'm watching divorce shows every day, divorce court shows with Black folks and young Black couples especially. They are operating in nothing but what? Situationships. They have no real idea of connect. They ain't even trying to connect outside of the sexual part. And sadly, the byproduct is those kids are popping out of them, and in turn, in such a way, they are going to not even understand togetherness whatsoever and think it's just a normal thing for us to live
Yes.
by.
Yeah.
Wow.
And also, the
And
fact that-
and you know, in this particular country, ain't gonna help them grow.
Yeah.
There ain't not much around that's trying to trying to be a help for them to grow in this country. As you know, historically, it hasn't really been. Can you imagine when we take our own personal responsibility and we're not trying to connect in such a way that's healthy? What's going to happen with our next
Mhm.
generation?
Yeah.
They're going to be worse.
And here's another thing that
Mhm.
just kind of popped into my head just now. You know, when we grew up, a lot of us did not have a lot. And so we cherished everything that we had, and we made sure that it didn't break. But if it
Mhm.
did break, we worked to fix it.
Yes.
Now, our young people, especially because they have been gifted with so much,
Mhm.
they don't treasure the things they get in that
Mhm.
manner.
Take it for
They
granted.
don't feel that they need to last a lifetime or as long as possible.
Mm-mm.
And when something is given to them or they receive something, and this is even in relationships, they treat it as though it is a
Throw away item.
dime store trinket.
Mhm.
And if it's broken, including the relationship, I'll just go get another
Another,
one.
exactly.
You know,
Throw it
and
away.
exactly.
Throw away
They're-
partners.
They're not treasuring
Mm-mm.
the spirit of the human
Well,
being.
capitalism kind of pushes that idea that's all about the stuff we buy. The bigger toys you
Yes.
have, the bigger the person you are. So they swallow that. If we're not giving them ahead of time and letting them know from the inside, starting from the family and our own relationships, that will show that there's something more to life than just material things, that we are worth more than that as who we are as an individual on the inside. And then that share part proves that,
Mhm.
because you're sharing it with your partner relationship,
Right.
then our children will see that that's important, because we've got to
Exactly.
also be the examples too.
Mhm.
Let's move on to our next
Yes.
one, which is perfect for this,
Yes. The spiritual economics of us.
because that's what we're talking about. When it comes to moving in a righteous, balanced, healthy way, it's still part of the family of spiritual energy. And we all are energy beings.
Mhm.
So we got to learn how to be energy beings.
Yes.
Apply these principles in our relationship. And one of the strongest principles when it comes to energy that connects us all together and all the universe together is the us
Mhm.
principle.
Yes.
And yes, that us principle, that relationship is the glue that connects us all together. Favor is not meant to what?
Stop at the person.
It's meant to flow through the union. Oh, we got to say it again. Come on, say it again.
Favor is not meant to stop at the person. It's meant to flow through the union.
And I can say that a lot of times when those who in turn want to operate in love, they believe that love is only about themselves, to keep to themselves, and they don't want to move it all whatsoever. And I'm not talking about those who are trying to learn about themselves to be loving, but I'm talking about the one who are self-centered, who are egotistical, and their love stops no more than it's them. And most of the time, they're still standing on somebody else in that
Yes.
particular matter, not giving them any love back in return. But that pure love, that spiritual love, that universal love, that natural love is when you get that and you have that,
Mhm.
you can't help but to flow in turn, let it flow through you as you being the vessel itself.
Yes.
Mhm.
And
Now, you got to be wise with who you
Right.
share it with. Don't get me wrong.
Oh,
about that.
absolutely.
And that's where intuition comes from.
Mhm. But at the same time,
Mhm.
you can't be a love hoarder
Yes.
because
And keep it within your borders.
yes, because if you're a love hoarder,
Mhm.
you're taking in, but you're giving nothing back. And so
Mhm.
you are not overflowing with generous love. You're just filling up with emptiness,
Mhm.
filling up those empty spaces,
Mhm.
you know. So give it back, give it out so you can receive more.
Let's talk a little bit more about that. When
Okay.
favor circulates, what happens?
Yes. timing aligns.
Oh, just like that car situation with that
Yes.
and what we picked up.
Yes.
We ain't even going up there to even pick this thing up, but you
No.
know, I've been always wanted. And what a synchronicity principle. That's right.
Had no idea that
Had
he
no
had
idea.
even passed.
But the blessings in the energy of the spirit put that thing together. Why?
Yes.
Timing
Mhm.
aligns. That's right. You can have control of time and not let time control you.
Exactly.
That's one thing for sure.
Exactly.
Stress is what?
Reduced.
And you are operating that way. Stress is reduced. You're not wondering what the other
Mhm.
person is doing.
Yeah.
And you wonder why you're not getting this. And she is. And I'm not. Who is he talking to at work? You know what I'm saying? Things like that. Why he smiles so much when he comes home, but when he just comes home, he ain't smiling with me. How about those things?
Yes.
Stressful.
Yes.
Expansion becomes what?
Natural.
Expansion, growth, getting more deeper in love with that individual with, because you're learning something new about them, because they're sharing that much more about you.
Yes.
It becomes more natural for you to do that. Mhm.
Right.
Just like the Savannah, we call it SUV moment.
Mhm.
No forcing.
Yes.
There was no negotiation whatsoever.
Mhm.
Okay. It just was pure alignment.
Yes.
And that's what we need to have in our relationships.
Yes.
More alignments should be happening.
Mhm.
And I'm saying you may not have it happen every day, but you don't want it. In terms, think about the only alignment I had in my relationship was the first time I married her or him. And we did that fell in love thing, and everything seemed to be seemed to be good. Nothing happened wrong, and da 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 da. Though some other people might have thought differently, but between you and her, you created something different in your mind, your alignment, and because you created something different in your mind, because you were sharing more, then it came to pass.
Right.
And we know later on things start happening, the world stopped happening, and reality started happening.
The road got rough.
Exactly.
You know,
and you start
and
thinking,
you didn't pave it.
yeah, you start saying, I don't need to share. He ain't
Mhm.
sharing with me, I ain't sharing with him,
Yes.
and you saw what happened from there.
Yes.
Daily check-ins. What else? She should practice what?
With daily check-ins, you know,
Mhm.
what came to me today,
Mm-hmm.
that blessing that belongs to us. What
Yes.
came to me today that belongs
I
to
know you had to
us.
say that again, because
Yes.
that's what we don't do all the time.
No, we don't.
do. Me and you either.
Yeah,
We don't
that's what I
always
said.
do
No,
a
we
daily
don't.
check-in that says, well, what came to you today
Yes.
that belongs to us?
Mhm.
Usually what is said is, this what came to me today. It made me feel good. See what happened? No, you didn't see what happened, but I'm telling you what happened. But it was all about what came to you, what blessed
Yeah.
you.
You know, and what just came to me just
Mhm.
now was the thought, based on what you just said, the
Mhm.
daily check-in. Maybe we need to work on the phrasing of the check-ins that we do
Mm-hmm.
practice. Instead of saying, how was your day?
Mm-hmm.
You say to each other, how were we blessed today?
Mm. Yeah, I like that. Well, the we will come once you say something. We both see we connect together, because you might then have to what? Pass it on.
Yes.
Pass
yes,
it on. All right.
yes,
Okay. What's the next one? Sharing information, not just money. Uh-oh.
Yes.
We don't much share money as we should, but
Well, all
share
ours is
information.
all locked together.
I
but,
wouldn't
yeah.
say with. I'm just saying a lot of relationships,
Exactly.
they don't share money.
Oh, no. No, most relationships
and-
anymore have separate bank
And
accounts.
it looks like, and they look at money as being the only energy that really counts. Period.
Yes.
It's valuable. So
Right.
I'm not sharing it because I made it
Right.
mine.
Exactly.
Mhm.
You know, and uh, while we're on this,
Mhm.
the attitude of
Mhm.
a lot of females that say, well, he's supposed to take care of me, so he has to pay the mortgage and he
Mhm.
has to pay the car notes and he has to do this and he has to do that. Well, what do
Mhm.
you do with the money that you make?
Mhm.
I buy my clothes. I buy, I get my hair done.
Mhm.
If he doesn't do that too, I go shopping. I, take girls trips, things that's not the us. That's not the we. Women have got to stop this attitude of he does everything for me and I do everything
Well,
for
he's
me.
supposed to. He's supposed to. That's
Yes.
that self-centeredness.
Yes.
Immature people have really not grown up, and surviving relationships act like that.
Yes.
But they're usually just going to be situationships anyway.
Yes.
Sharing access, not just affection.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. Access, not just affection. I'd say just intimacy, meaning not just sharing your body
Mm-hmm.
sexually wise. How about sharing access?
Yes.
What's
yes.
an example of access? Hey, babe, you know what? I'm just sitting there and doing nothing, but just working and watching a TV show that you don't usually watch. Oh, come on, sit down with me. I know we don't
Right,
usually do that.
right.
Come just sit down with me anyway.
Exactly. Um, and that's how relationships become fertile ground, not emotional storage units.
How many have storage units?
Mm,
Nothing but emotional storage units.
yes.
I feel like all I am is just a sounding board where you just dump on me.
Yes. Yes.
But everything you dump on me ain't got no seeds. Why? Can you keep on talking?
Yes.
I guess not.
Okay. Yes. And you're right. And those emotional storage units
Mhm.
sometimes become just like,
Just like you just did a few minutes
exactly,
ago.
exactly.
You dumped on me.
I,
Wow. That's all right. Anyway,
Yeah.
let's go on to our next segment
Yes.
real quickly.
and this is, as we bring things to a close, we bring it back to the table. The final teaching statement.
Mm-hmm.
The final teaching statement is this:
Mm-hmm.
a relationship is not blessed by how much each person receives. It is blessed by how much flows between
Wow.
them.
Are we going to actually use that as our measuring device for 2026? Are you going to look at your relationship and actually check on them, both of you, from not how much you what? Receive. And we know we're talking about material things. It's
Mhm.
not that. Are we going to look to see how blessed you are, or how much that flows between you?
Yes.
Because remember, we're talking about the receiving thing could be only you just receiving thing and she not.
Yes.
She receiving things and you're not.
Right.
So we ain't talking about, we're talking about what's well being flown
Mhm.
between
Yes.
both of you. If
Yes.
favor stops at the individual, harvest starts there too. Ooh, want to say that again, Jim?
Excuse me. If favor stops at the individual, the harvest stops there too. Nothing comes from it.
We're gonna need harvests. That dry ground that's out there right now, the processed foods that are out there, from the hardness of people's hearts, people getting shot for no reason at all, our neighborhoods still fighting one another. We ain't getting much harvests, but we could start harvest with our own relationships.
Yes.
Yes, we can.
Yeah.
And we may have to start our own communities and start our
Mhm.
harvest in our communities
Yes.
too at the same time.
Yeah.
We're not talking about just food wise, which is
Right.
important, but I'm
Right.
talking about starting from first in the inside,
In
that
us.
love, that
Mhm.
friend that says, I love you, I care about you because you're a friend. And in turn, I am ready to share my
Yes.
life and my energy with you. Huh?
Right.
So if favor stops at the individual, what I've said again, harvest stops
Mhm.
there too. But when
Yes.
favor moves through the what?
Relationship,
Mm-hmm.
the relationship itself becomes the
a
blessing.
blessing. You want your relationship
Yes.
blessed? You ain't gotta go to church to know this. If you want your relationship blessed, move favor between you two.
Yes.
Not favor between the other girl, that other guy, or that at that job, or everything outside of your own relationship at home. When that
Yes.
door closes, ain't nobody watching but you and her. Are you going to in turn make sure that when that happens, that she knows that you are her favorite, and you're going to know she's your favorite? It ain't going to happen if you're not trying to share
Absolutely.
between one another. It's not going to happen.
Absolutely. And here's a question for couples
Hmm?
as we close.
Yes.
Question for couples:
What would that be?
what favor did I receive today, and did I bring it home?
Mm. Okay.
What favor did I receive today, and did I bring it home?
Ask your mate today that. Ask her or him today. Make that a daily thing you try to do at night before you both pass and go to sleep.
Mhm.
Yeah. What did you share with one another? General call to action. That's right. You got to get, that's one of the action. Here's another call to action. Always important that when we talk, we don't just talk about how wrong things are. We also want to talk about some solutions on what we can do, what we should do to make your relationship better and healthy together. What's one of the call to action?
Stop surviving side by side.
Mm.
Start circulating blessing together.
Yes. Stop surviving side by side.
Hmm.
And what?
Start circulating blessings together. That's how taking the journey together becomes real.
Exactly. Exactly. Maybe sometimes you may want to do something silly as play a board game with one another.
But you know,
share with one another.
but you know, and for some people that is silly. But the other thing is,
Mhm,
playing board games
mhm,
takes some of that pressure off.
mhm.
and it's just something that you can do that has been known to
Mhm.
bring families a lot closer.
Exactly. Well, let's talk about where they can see us because we are ending the show for 2026, but start
For the beginning of
in 2000. Yeah,
2026.
exactly. Yeah, we thank you for those who are blessing, who had a chance to listen to it. We especially thank someone that said they'd like to see us nationally wise. We would love to see it too. If you had some connection like that, we would be glad to get on the show nationally. Sometimes just around the corner is good enough. But if we have been a blessing to you, I want you to do this for us this year. Please email us at Taking the Journey Together, right there, gmail.com.
Yeah.
Got a phone number too. Just give us a call, tell us how much you've been blessed, how much you love the program. You always go to Taking the Journey itself. And on Facebook, Taking the Journey, you can always leave a post if you want to. We'd be glad to have one. Again, we're still evaluating this year. If we
Yes.
are going to continue on with this, we want to make sure we're valuable and it's uplift to people. It takes a lot of time and energy to put this together, a lot of studying to put this together and then deliver. We may make it look like it's easy, but it's not. It's really not. So anyway, just got to make sure that what we do is a blessing, and our intuition has to be able to know that. And one of the things that you know by your intuition is doing is by what? The response. Just like we
Yes.
talked about. If you share something in your relationship with someone instead of keeping yourself in your relationship, a blessing will come back.
Mhm.
It doesn't mean if you share with them, then nothing happens.
Right.
Otherwise, you might just keep it to yourself.
Exactly.
No, there's going to be a response that comes back. It's going to, in turn, give you a harvest. We want to know that this is going to be a harvest that's been touching people, moving people. So please, as I said before, either email us and give us a call, just let us know that, or you can also listen to us on this channel, as you already know, but it's not the Our Black Media Network. I had to change it to Hot 2100 Savannah. But you can also still listen to us at WRUU 107.5. We're still also evaluating that if we're going to even continue on that particular show.
Yes.
But you will always be able to see us, as I know, on our shows from the past and for the future on YouTube. You can see us live there on YouTube, or you can go back and see our past shows on YouTube. And when we keep that back up, and with the step, and that is the website. That's too long for me even say it, but you can always check that if you want to. We got a couple of TikTok. Hey, I'm gonna get this thing right one of these times. We got a couple of TikTok
Okay.
of teasers
You got
that
a
you
lot
can
going
do,
on.
and the TikTok. Can I say that
TikTok,
twice?
no, but hey,
Teasers.
it's hard to say.
No, we miss our
Tickety
sister.
talk.
She called it Tickety Talk, Mrs. Groovelistic. One of the days,
Groovelicious.
Groovelicious. Oh, thank you.
Yes.
Excuse me. We're glad to see her back on the show. Hopefully, one of these times too. But we got
Yes.
much love for her. Hey, call sometime, Miss Lady. We're still here. We know you're still here too. Share the love. How's that from there? And to the young couple
Yes.
too that we haven't seen for a little while.
Yes.
We know you're doing well too. Keep on sharing your love too at the same time. All right. Well, Sharon, you got anything to say whatsoever before we call it quits for today?
Just welcome to 2026, and let's make sure we are being not only favorable to one another, but we're blessing one another.